Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me here for another episode on Let's Talk Stocks. Today we're going to check out penny stocks. And should you go long or should you go short penny stocks? What's the better approach to trading penny stocks? Stay tuned. I'm going to share with you these insights right now. All right, so a lot of people want to get into trading penny stocks. Hey, they're cheaper stocks. They can explode to the moon. So you make a huge percentage of return on your investments. And you don't need as much capital. So ultimately, there's a lot of great attractiveness to trading penny stocks. But you got to understand, hey, how do I trade these things? There's a lot of people that hate penny stocks because, hey, they're cheap. They don't usually go up. Other people, they love them because you can make a huge percentage of return. So depending on where you are, black and white in the spectrum, you really got to understand, where do penny stocks fall into your portfolio? And we're really making these videos right now on penny stocks because we have an upcoming course for our course called Penny Stock Profits. Now, this course is really packed with the right ideas and mindsets to trading penny stocks and the right approach to trading these speculative plays. And when you get that course, you'll also get our penny stock case studies course absolutely free included. So we're doing a promotion and discount. Once that course is released, you'll have a little bit of time to be able to get that course on sale. So definitely check it out at our website. You're basically getting a 40% off deal on these courses when we do this bundle coming up. So anyways, a lot of people don't really understand how to really trade penny stocks because they don't know where it fits in. And when you look at this kind of portfolio allocation, this is what a lot of people do, is when they trade penny stocks and they get into penny stocks, they put 100% of their money into penny stocks. Whereas the smarter approach is really to allocate it in a certain spec part of your portfolio. So if this is all your cash, right? If this is all your money in cash, if you had $10,000, people put it all into penny stocks. Or you could look at it more like a triangle. So here's your 10,000, you put 100% right there, all your money into penny stocks. But if we take that triangle, move it over, really you should have some longer term investments. Now, this is a larger chunk, it's near the base. So let's say, 40 to 60% might be over here. This is more swing trading, or it could be, 30 to 60 day option trades. So again, this could be about 25% of your investment. Again, the allocation is different depending on your personal risk tolerance and risk levels. And then the speculative part, well, again, depending on your personality, could be 5 or 10%. So this is where penny stocks fall in. And that's what most people don't get. It's not that you can't trade penny stocks. It's that most people, what they do is they take the wrong approach and they put 100% of their cash into penny stocks, and then that penny stock fails, they get stuck, or they lose a bunch of money, and then they say, I hate penny stocks. So understand that there's the right approach to thinking about penny stocks and where they fit in, and then the kind of the wrong approach. So really understand what's going on and what's happening. So when you look at these things, you got to understand, how do you trade them? Well, you can't really trade option trades on them because, there's not a ton of options on these penny stocks because, number one, they're cheap. Number two, they don't trade a lot of volume. So do you go long or do you go short? Okay, that's the big question. And the majority of the time, I will tell you, most people get it wrong. They get into these stocks because they have the normal investment mindset, right? They buy the stock and they hold it for multiple months or years to come and they cash out. With penny stocks, can you do that? Yes, you can. But the majority of them actually should be traded to the short side. Even guru penny stock trader Tim Sykes talks about this all the time. They are the trash or the garbage of the stock market. If the stock price is actually a very, very good stock, typically the price will reflect that. Now, if you're trading penny stocks, the majority of the time, they're not great companies. I mean, they're still huge companies. They're still making a bunch of money or maybe losing a bunch of money, but they're not the true investment, long-term investment worthy, right? Not for 100 years or something like that. So in this case, if you look at the majority of these companies, let's just start at $2, you can see most of the time that trend is going to be to the downside. Sometimes you'll see some spikes up, but then you'll see rollovers. So just look through this list. Here's my penny stock list between $2 and $15, trading about over 40,000 shares. And you can see the majority of these stocks on a month-to-month basis, these are monthly charts, maybe they'll go up a little bit, but then they start coming down. So here's some flat, boom, selling off. Okay, look at this one. Okay, going up till about $10 here is low price. And this is what most people dream of. They get into the stock over here, the stock goes really high, you make 5 times, 6 times your investment, and then you cash out. And that is a really nice movement. But then with time, eventually that stock comes back. So understand what's happening, as the majority of the time, these stocks are moving lower. So just flip through them and you'll see that's what's happening. There might be 1 or 2 or a handful here where they're actually moving to the upside. But looking at this, most of the time when you're trading penny stocks, you'll want to go short. And that's just simply because cheap things are cheap for a reason. They break. And in the stock market, not saying, hey, they don't have a lot of money. They're super cheap, right? These companies are worth quite a lot of money. But in the marketplace, if you're trying to invest in the top 10%, the creme de la creme, the best of the best, well, these are not the best of the best in the stock market. Most people are going to put their money into big companies, McDonald's, Microsoft, whatever the case may be. So anyways, as you take a look at these, you'll see the majority of the trend is lower. Even stocks that opened up at $21 a share, they continue to go lower, and sometimes they're there for a decade. So here, look at this one. From $9, 2009, it was about 35 cents, and now it's about $2. Almost 10 years, it's still down there. Here's one that's interesting. It moved up, pulled back, moved up, pulled back. So you can see what they do is even if they hit like an $8 mark, they still pull back. And here's another one, $16, just keep selling, right? And that's the majority of these stocks. And we can go to further prices. Right now is in the $2 range. Let's go to kind of the $6 range. And you can see even the first one I pull up right here, again, started off a little bit higher, continues to sell off, and most of them will be like that. There, of course, will be a few like, that look good, making good movements. And of course, if you can get them around $1 or $2 and they're powering higher, yeah, absolutely. You can get a nice movement. And that's really what you're doing when you're trading penny stocks. Yeah, you can get in it right there, ride the run and sell a little, sell a little, sell a little, and then finally get out completely, because these things will eventually come back. Just like here, some people got into it here, rode the run, and eventually came back. And then for about 20 years now, that thing is still Sirius XM down in the gutter. So look at it. Popular company, Sirius XM, 2002, about 63 cents, and it's still only about $6 a share, right? So that's what happens with penny stocks. Most people don't get it, don't understand. When you're dealing with these kinds of companies, you're in the cheap zone of trading stocks. So should you go long? So should you go short? The majority of the time, you'll probably want to short these things. Now, can you go ahead and trade only long on these stocks? Yeah, absolutely, but you're doing it for a short period of time, a small period of time. You'll run or take that little bit of a run and know that they're coming back. So you'll want to take your profits into strength. As it's moving in your favor, you're getting out a little bit at a time, getting out a little bit at a time. And these are the things and concepts we talk about in our penny stock trading course. So definitely check this course out. There's a lot of great knowledge material in it, all focusing on smaller price stocks, $15 a share or less. And I give you these mindsets to show you the different approach to trading these cheaper stocks, because it's not the same way that you would trade these big companies like a Microsoft, like a Google, like a Tesla. So anyways, remember, it's a 40% off deal for a limited time until the sale ends, and you'll know when the sale ends. It'll be posted on the website and also on our newsletter list. So definitely check out that course, and you'll be able to get the penny stock case studies free, absolutely, with it. With the penny stock profits course, kind of getting a bulk or bundle deal. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Remember to hit subscribe over here if you're brand new to the channel or new to the newsletter list, or if you just want to hang out on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button by clicking the face icon here. Thanks again, and remember, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you in the next video.